All right, so oh yeah, and I'm not at one of my quiet places, or so you have to excuse the background sometimes. But I want to get this video while I can, while this is on my mind. I happen to see this video on my feed. I haven't been making videos or reposting videos about the Israel situation or the wars. So, but this video popped up and it caught my attention for many reasons. Now, on the Sean Ryan show, or either like the Joe Rogan, on a podcast similar to that, they would ask these ex-CIAs or FBIs, who do they think the smartest intelligence, or who do they think have the best intelligence group? And I've heard a couple say that Israel has the best, or the intelligence group. We get a lot of situations that they've done, and also with what we see, for some reason they are pulling, it seems like they are pulling some strings. Also, through my time of trying to catch on of what's going on, I have seen big time officials or people say that, or they really stand on trying to prove that Israel don't need us. So that always makes me think. That right there alone lets me know how they are powerful, because these people have tried to push through and let I actually made a video. I'm gonna try and connect it to this, or I'll put it in somewhere soon. But it has the lady saying, Israel does not need America. America needs Israel. And also in this video here, you're gonna see how confident this individual is on saying where Israel stand. So also, just some recent situations that's going on, when they did the pager attack, when they sent the pagers over and they attacked that way. Also, some of the theories saying that they had a hand in 9/11. So we would say, look at how that attack took place. So right now, right now, one of the reasons I'm getting this is because, see, I pay attention to I pay attention to patterns. So in my pattern recognition, just like others, we have had others ask, why are they allowing all of this to come out? Because for a minute, it was like nothing but Israel coming out, as far as it seemed like anti-Israel. The videos, the videos are going out, showing or explaining where Israel is damaging people, or saying that they are controlling a lot of what we have going on top of the other situation where they say when Israel dropped a bomb on one of our ships somewhere, and Israel said it was an accident or something, and nothing happened. Some of the theories that are saying Israel are blackmailing some of our officials. It could be. So that's why this video is important, because we have to be able to shoot past what is going on. Everyone is eyes on their screens and seeing what is in front of them, and not realizing, or not going for the solutions, or making moves or carrying out plans that would give us a better stance in these fights, or in what we don't understand or know. And what I'm getting at with that, sorry about that noise in the background. Like I say, hold on. Okay, I was having some background issues, so I'm gonna try and pick up where I left off. And that was speaking on, everything is on our screen, and we've been getting a lot of information, and we want to try and plan ahead so we can have a better stance in these fights, and what we don't understand, and what we want to know. And what I mean by that, and what I'm bringing to the table, or the system that I want to pull together, is us trying to raise a certain amount. We have to. That's the only way that any of this is going to work. Now, I don't want to put too much of my plans out, because people will run with your plans. Now, I don't think, everyone is different, so we have to understand that also. Like, every team has their valuable player. And I say that because a lot of people probably think to themselves, okay, one person is not going to be able to save the world, or one person can't do this or do that. I understand what you're saying. I would not be one person doing anything. I would bring in all and everybody that, that have to be involved. And no, we're not trying to force anything on anyone. I feel like my good vibes would bring on everything that I'm talking about. And that's the only way we're going to be able to override everything, because all of the other systems, all of the other groups, all of the other countries, they're so set in what they have built. So now with the Israeli thing, the reason it's so important, because if their intelligence agency is this smart, which it is, but we don't know how smart and where they're going. We don't know how far ahead they have planned. We don't know if we are going to get the short end of the stick in the end goal. Because that's why I say, why are they sharing all this information through America? Do they want America to hate Israel? And if we hate Israel, then that's going to give Israel it's going to give them the good feels and the right to do something to America. And I feel like they could bomb America a certain way, and that will show a lot of people or teach a lot of people around the world certain things. Now, I'm not sure. What I'm saying is, we can talk, but we don't want this to happen. It seems like Israel is so set. They've built their power and they've been building their power for so long. Invading countries, well, I don't know if that's the right word to say invading, but whatever we do, like when we go somewhere and we colonize, or when a business shark goes somewhere, they try and take over the competition. Israel has been doing this for many years. Now, if we put this group together, we have a good fighting chance, because they're still human. Whoever is running this organization or whoever has put these plans together, they're still human. Even if it's 100 of these minds that have gotten together doing what they're doing, even if it's 1,000 of these minds that have gotten together and doing what they're doing, they're still human. And I have noticed that on an average level of the humans, certain humans, we have not been being trained to be the best humans we can be. You don't see anyone anywhere training superhumans. Now, this may sound crazy to you, because like we say, a lot of people probably don't believe in it, but you can. Look at what's going on now. You can build your body up you can build your body up to do amazing things, or things that are extraordinary or out of the ordinary, or, like, you can build your body up or build yourself up to do these things. However, we're not being put, like, let's say in certain positions to be trained that way or whatever. Okay, so that's just what I'm saying is we lack a lot of our fighting power because of the lack of training. We lack a lot of our knowledge and potential because of lack of training. And we can pull it in and we can override almost anything. And we're not trying to override anything on bad terms. And I'm glad I said that, because that also reminds me of something that made me get this video. Because in my mind, I was thinking to myself, so are you just American? Like, or are you more of a planet person? Like, okay, and then it made me think to myself, so let's say Captain America and Captain Planet was in a fight, who would you want to win? Like, going off of, and I feel that looking at things that way, it will bring this group that I want to bring together, it will bring a bigger vision, a bigger picture, more unity, with a better understanding of what's going on our planet. So, because I'm American also, I'm America. I love America. So when it comes to all of this stuff that we're into, of course, I'm America first. Now, when it comes to the planet, I'm planet first. Now, some people don't care. They say they're American first and the world can blow with them, and America, some people don't care. They're America first before the planet. And I guess that have to be respected. It's understandable.
Well.
Uh-oh. Sorry about that. So, but that's a way to look at it. We have to let go of just being American, because America has a bunch of history that some of us probably do not want to be tied to. But we're forced to be tied to it. We understand that. Now, if we can take a better stance, maybe we can take some of this hate off of America. Maybe we can regroup with some of these countries that may have a hold on us, have a hold on them, you know, because America has been built a certain way to where we have lack of training. So I apologize, you know, on behalf of all of us that do not understand some things, and other countries may feel that we are being disrespectful or whatever they want to look at, anything negative. You know, I apologize on our behalf. And of course, we're not saying this from being scared of anyone, because in my eyes, sorry about that. Because in my eyes, you know, we like to stand as far, you know, as strong as Israel, as far as, you know, we'll take it all the way there. We're a superpower. So we want to use our powers for good, though. We want to be able to affect and help around the world more than we are. We want to be able to build connections to where other people can see more of these other countries and enjoy some of these other countries. Now, I know that sounds like something that a lot of people have been saying, but right now the world is shaken up, and there's a bunch of misleading and a bunch of lack of so much, you know. But the main thing, like I say, man, with the Israel situation, this is very important because we are not sure what their plans are. And from the information that we've been getting and the way that they're sharing all of this information, it seems like they're trying to put negative energy through America for America to be ready to receive something. You know, they say that we're in the end times. That's the book that they wrote. That's the book that people wrote for us to believe in. So a lot of these people are going by these words, and they're like in a trance. So many people are in a trance. Now, I go by the same words also. You can check me out. I was baptized Baptist. But in all of this confusion and in today's time, and it's been going on the past few years, but it's been going on longer, but getting stronger. In this time, I feel like I don't want to speak religious or anything like that. I just want to be a universe person. And if you are a universe person, you will understand what is needed, what is really going, you know, you will pay attention and try and understand what is really going on. Where does the information and the knowledge stop? Is there more out there that we are supposed to be achieving? So, and some of these questions might have answers. We just can't afford them. We can't afford the answers. So that's another thing. Once we pull this together, if we can pull this together, we will be able to override so much. We will be able to do so much. So if we can just try and work together here. And now I know it sounds like a lot, but it shouldn't be a lot. If we all focus a little bit and direct it all into this pot, it shouldn't be a lot. We can do it. The portals are open right now for everybody to give as easy as they can. And the only problem would be for people in my idea would be trust. Everyone would have to trust me with so much. Because, and I understand that, but people have to understand that's not me taking all of this on anyway. I have a huge team, and actually the team is built up. It should be one family member from every family in America. The team should be, but it's going to be more than that because everyone have to be involved. I couldn't take this on and mismanage it or misuse it. I couldn't do that. I feel that anybody that would step up to this and try and manage this, to mismanage it or to try and do wrong with it, should be punishable by death. So I want to let this video play out. And this is the second person, or this is how confident they are on their you know, with how they stand and where they stand. This is the last thing I want to say. Another clip that I seen, or not just from a clip, but from information, their country is set up. They've been receiving bombs. I remember seeing in one of these not recent attacks, but in one of the attacks throughout these years, the Israelis said, we're used to the bombings. We're not worried about the bombings. It's something else that they're worried about as far as the world, you know, what's going on and how people look at them. So the Jews, or, you know, Israel is they're so set in how they've been building their ways that everybody talking, it seems like it's feeding the fire or feeding what they have going on. It's a part of their plan. So we have to do something, because I don't want to keep talking. I'm not going to keep talking. And everybody that keep making videos saying the same thing or talking about you got information about this and that, people like me, we see it and we like, you know, okay, you can keep talking. We understand that you want to help also, but you lack the knowledge, you lack the potential, you lack the strength, you lack the structure to fight these fights. But I'm gonna let this video play out real quick.
Israel's talking heads now threatening the world with nukes. Now do you understand why JFK was trying to do a weapons inspection check on that little terrorist state right before he was taken out?
Israel's existence is not negotiable, and it does not depend on superpowers or the public opinion. And if they keep pushing Israel to the corner, they are the ones who are going to suffer the most. Israel hasn't used everything that it has. And Israel, on a purpose, did not expose the advanced weapons that it has for a very important reason. We don't want the enemy to know what we are having. And now, at this point, we are just playing around. So, this is the clear message to those who think that they can annihilate Israel. Behind Israel is existence, is the creator. Israel is not coincidental. I try not to, sorry for the long answer, please. I try not to use God, because God could mean anything for anybody. But if they think the Israeli survival, 5,000 years, is coincidental, they need to rethink.
The other problem, Kennedy demanded full inspections by the U.S. of the Dimona reactor and threatened to place American aid for Israel in limbo if no agreement were reached. And at the time of his assassination, negotiations were in process for biannual inspections.
Old JFK, probably the last America First president.
And too many people think that Israel needs America. That's not the case. America needs Israel.